Hello dear students, how are you all? Hope that you are all well and staying safe. Today we are going to have our last lecture in our course Writing 1, lecture 15, and it is chapter 17 in your book, the Right Start book. Today we're going to talk about how to write a persuasive paragraph. A paragraph about persuasion, including cause and effect. Let's start. You know, persuasion can be either informal or semi-formal or formal. So we have three types of persuasion. It could be informal, it could be semi-formal or formal. Informal persuasion, think of something that you are going to convince your friend about. Such, for example, you are trying to convince your friend about which restaurant has the best pizza, for example, or which college basketball team should be number one. In formal persuasion, it is called argumentation. This type of persuasion requires not only arguing for your own beliefs, but also arguing directly against someone else's beliefs. So you are going to bring someone else's beliefs and argue against them. Argumentation uses evidence from secondary sources. When you argue about someone else, you have to cite his beliefs. And there is an example of citation called American Psychological Association, APA citation. This is used in research papers, in analytical essays, in certain business reports. So you have to cite, you have to use APA style in citation if you are arguing against somebody else. This is called formal persuasion. We have the third type that is called a semi-formal type. And this is the important type that we are going to focus on in our lecture here today. It is called semi-formal type. In semi-formal type, we can see that persuasion is in between the two mentioned types which are mentioned above. It is between the formal and the informal. So the formal and the informal we have taken from this, and we can now have the semi-formal type. So semi-formal type is taken from both the formal and the informal. Persuasion requires a bit more logical thought and organization than that expressed around the kitchen table in informal arguing. However, it does not have the rigid requirements that occur with the use of quotations, no quotations in it, and accompanying documentation needed in formal argumentation. That's why we say semi-formal, not formal, not informal. Persuasion is one of the most common types of writing in school. Students are required to argue for or against ideas in quizzes and papers and examinations. Therefore, learning the fundamentals of the persuasive paragraph is one of the most important skills you can learn. Building the persuasive paragraph. How can we build a persuasive paragraph? Of course, we are going to start with a topic sentence that has the topic and the controlling idea. In the topic sentence, we state the writer's conclusion or point of view about a particular topic. So, in the topic sentence, again, we state the writer's conclusion or point of view about a particular topic. The writer's conclusion can be for or against. For means pro. For means pro. Against means con. Con means against the idea concerning the subject or the topic. Therefore, the topic sentence is the key to a successful persuasive paragraph. You have to focus on choosing your topic sentence. Your topic sentence is the key to successful persuasive paragraph. The verbs used in a persuasive topic sentence are mostly like should not, must not. These are the verbs that are used in the topic sentence of a persuasive paragraph. Let's see the examples now. If we are talking about this topic, the pending legislation on the right of citizens to carry concealed handguns should be defeated. Should be defeated. From here we understand that this persuasive paragraph we are going is against, not for. It is con, not pro. The paragraph will argue against citizens having the right to carry concealed handguns. The second example of a topic sentence: employers should provide daycare for their employees. We have here should, so we are for, pro. We are arguing for, pro, not against. This paragraph will argue for or pro companies providing daycare for the children of their employees. A third example: euthanasia should be legalized because of our constitutional rights of personal freedom. This paragraph we have here should be. Should be, it means what? It means for or pro. This paragraph will argue for physician-assisted suicide. The last example: athletics should not receive more funding than academics. This paragraph will argue against, con, because we have not here. Sports receiving more money than academics. In this activity, I want you to write whether you are going to use, I want you to write for these lists, these topics, to write a pro for topic sentence and a con against topic sentence. I want both pro and con. Here, for example, I want you to write about elderly drivers, the old drivers. They are old in age. I want you to write two topic sentences. One is arguing for having elderly drivers. The second is arguing against having elderly drivers. The same you are going to do with the topic clubs, organizations excluding certain groups for membership on the basis of race, religion, or ethnic origin. This will be an activity for you to do at home. In practice 2, I want you to read this persuasive paragraph, okay, and to analyze it by answering these questions. Number 1, identify the topic sentence. Does it clearly state whether the author is for or against the topic? It will be clear from the topic sentence whether the writer is for or against the topic. Number 2, do the support sentences support the writer's position? Number 3, point out any sentences that are simply informational and do not support the author's position. And these are the 3 questions for analyzing the persuasive paragraph. Now let's move to another title, that is the pro-con list. Once you have decided on that topic, it is vital, very important, that you know the major argument points on either side of the issue, regardless of whether you know which side you are going to take. For example, if the topic is nuclear energy, list as many points for either side that you can think of. If you are going to write about a topic that is nuclear energy, you are going to do 2 lists. One is the pro and one is con. One is for and one is against this topic. For example, for here we say cheaper fuel costs, less dependence on foreign oil, creates high-tech jobs, saves natural resources, ensures a strong nuclear arsenal. Okay, in con here against list, radioactive waste causes unemployment in traditional fossil fuels industry, nuclear accidents, nuclear weapons proliferation, theft of nuclear materials by terrorists, environmental pollution. So these are against this topic, and these are for this topic in your argumentation. Once you have listed as many points as you can think of, consider that points on both sides of the argument and choose the side you wish to argue for. Decide which points you will use in your paragraph to support your topic. After listing them, decide which side you are going to list, to choose. Is it a pro or against? Choose just one side and then choose the things related to that side. Here, create a pro-con list for each of the following topics. Think of as many items for each list as you can. Here the topic is English should be Palestine's official language. Now, our official language is Arabic. What about this idea of having English as Palestine's official language? Here you can write a list. Pro, you are supporting that idea, you are for that idea. And here a list of con, it means you are against this idea. Support in persuasion paragraphs. Support, it means the support sentences that you are going to use. Persuasion paragraphs need to demonstrate the different types of support used to convince readers. So here we have different types of support. These include answering the opposition, referring to an authority, predicting consequences, presenting facts, and giving examples. These are the types of the support that you are going to use in your persuasive paragraph or persuasion paragraph. Although you probably will never use all of them in one paragraph. This is very important. Are you going to use all these types of support in one paragraph? Of course, no. You can choose some of them according to the topic that you are talking about. You will use them when you write persuasively. Okay. Number 1, answering the opposition. At times, the best way to persuade your reader is to respond to an opponent's point. Opposition, it means we have an opponent and he has a belief. We want to persuade our readers, okay, in response to this belief of the opponent's belief. This also shows your reader that you are aware of your opponent's side of the issue, not just your own. It is good that when you argue, when you use persuasion, you are going to mention not only your point of view, but also your opponent's point of view. When you present your opponent's point of view, you convince your reader that you are aware of your opponent's side of the issue, not only yours. The second type of support is referring to an authority. An authority is a person or a group that is considered an expert on the subject, and we will give you an unbiased opinion. Here the authority, their opinions are what? Unbiased. They are unbiased opinions. So when you want to persuade your reader, you can refer to an authority, to this expert who has an unbiased opinion. Number 3, predicting consequences. Predicting consequences can help your reader agree with your point of view and disagree with your opponents. When you predict your consequences, that helps your reader to agree to your point of view and disagree with your opponents who are arguing against him or her. Number 4, presenting facts. Facts are those things that actually exist or have existed, such as people, places, things, events. They are real things. They are facts. A fact differs from an opinion in a quite significant way. Why? An opinion is the way we think about or interpret or facts. So, an opinion is the way we think about, we interpret facts, okay? It is not a fact, it is your opinion, how you interpret something. For instance, it is a fact that the United States, this is an example, this is fact that the United States Congress removed our currency from the gold standard in 1978. That fact cannot be argued. It is a fact. We cannot argue against or for, because it is a fact. However, whether you think it was a good idea to remove the gold standard is your opinion. You can tell your opinion, but it is not a fact. It is only an opinion that you want to remove the gold standard from the United States Congress. whether your opinion or your opponent's opinion is the more persuasive, the fact remains that the gold standard was removed in 1978. So here again, your opinion differs from the fact. The fact is a fact. It does not change. Whether you are for that fact or against that fact, it is your opinion, not a fact. The fifth type is giving examples. Good examples can develop an idea quickly and clearly and help convince your reader of your point of view. Therefore, be certain that your examples support your position or convincingly argue against your opponent's position. This is very important. We are using examples. Why? To develop an idea clearly, quickly, in order to what? In order to convince our readers of our point of view. But be certain that your examples support your position and argue against what? Against your opponent's position. It is for your side and against your opponent's side. Here, I want you in this activity to write F for fact, O for opinion. Read these sentences, these topics, and try to decide whether each of them is a fact or an opinion. For example, when I say the Congress of the United States consists of the Senate and the House of Representatives, this is what? This is a fact, not my opinion. So it is a fact. When I say, for example, wolves make great pets, this is my opinion. Maybe it is great, maybe it is not a great, smaller pets. So this is an opinion, not a fact. You can do the rest at home. Transition expressions for persuasion. Transition expressions are useful in connecting related ideas and for, as we always say, transition expressions are very important in related ideas and for adding rhythm to the paragraph so that it reads more smoothly. Here we have transition expressions related to answering the opposition and referring to authority. For these two types of support we can use according to, although, nevertheless, of course, on the other hand, others may say. But for the types of predicting consequences and stating conclusions, we can say consequently, in conclusion, therefore, thus. For facts and examples, we can say another, because, finally, first, for, last, next, second, since, and third. Persuasive logic. Logic means you are going to use cause and effect reasoning. Cause and effect reasoning. Often when attempting to persuade someone about a belief or point of view you hold, you are also trying to convince them by pointing out special relationships. Special what? Relationships between the cause and the effect that different things or events share. In persuasion, cause and effect reasoning can be a powerful tool. It is a powerful tool in convincing your reader that your point of view is both what? Logical and reasonable. So again, using cause and effect reasoning makes your readers feel that your reasoning or your persuasive paragraph is logical and reasonable. Cause and effect development explains the reasons behind why something occurs. So they are answer for the question why. Cause analysis develops why something happens, and effect analysis explains the results and consequences stemming from the causes. Effect is the result of the cause. This is why, and this is the effect or the consequence, which is stemming from the cause. They are called what? Cause and effect. They are called what? It is called causal relationship. Okay? Cause and effect relationship is called a causal relationship. They help us understand why things happen in the world around us and the possible consequences that may occur in the future. This is the purpose of using causal relationships, in order to know why things happen in the world around us and the possible consequences that may occur in the future. Prediction of the consequences that are going to happen in the future. Causal chains. Whether you are focusing on cause or effect, it is helpful before you begin writing to develop a causal chain. A causal chain demonstrates the series of events that can develop between things and can help clarify the relationships that exist between them as well. So we use causal chains. Why? To clarify the relationship that exists between the cause and the effect. Let's see the examples. Here we have the causes and here we have the effects. Too many unpaid bills can lead to, we have effects. What are the effects of too many unpaid bills? Of course, here we have increased physical tension. Increased physical tension, this one, the result which we have here, can lead to what? Can lead to severe headaches. This effect, the severe headaches, okay, can lead to what? Can lead to nausea and loss of appetite. Okay, nausea and loss of appetite can lead to what? To physical and mental fatigue. This physical and mental fatigue can lead to what? Can lead to health problems. As you see here, they are all related to each other. One leads to another one and leads to another one and so on. So you can see here or notice that how an effect can become a cause for the next effect and so on. If you look here, this is an effect. Here it is the cause of another effect. This effect is a cause of another effect, and this effect is a cause of another effect, and so on. Things and events do not exist in a vacuum isolated from the other things and events around them. They are not alone. They exist, and we have things around them. Yes, we can focus on cause and we can focus on effect, but for your insights to be most persuasive, it will be helpful during your argument to share with the reader the knowledge you have learned from the causal chain. How? By mentioning the effect as a cause of another effect. Once readers know why something has happened and the consequences that might occur, they are much more likely to accept your persuasive conclusions. If they understand why, by knowing the effects, and these effects are causes for other effects, then they will be they will be persuaded by your conclusions. They will accept your persuasive conclusions. In other words, they are clear as to why you think the way you do, and understanding an issue is often half the battle to accepting the arguer's ideas concerning the issue. What are the transitional expressions for cause and effect writing? We have these lists. And as we see, they add rhythm, they connect the ideas together, and it helps your reader move smoothly while reading your paragraph. For causes, we can use because, causes, caused by, the reason, since. For effects, we can use as a consequence of, as a result of, consequently, then, therefore. What about the topic sentence for a cause-effect paragraph? As we always say, the topic sentence is very important. After choosing your subject and figuring out some ideas using one or more of the pre-writing techniques you have learned, you will need to decide whether you are going to focus on causes or effects. The topic sentence will announce your purpose to the reader. Your purpose, it means whether you are going to use a cause to focus on or an effect to focus on. And it will clarify the paragraph's development. Here we have focus on causes. Proper nutrition, regular exercise, and positive attitude can lead to a long, healthful life. This is the topic sentence. It starts with what? With causes, and the result is having a long, healthful life. This paragraph will develop proper nutrition, regular exercise, and a positive attitude to show how each causes a long, healthful life. Each one of these mentioned examples will cause what? a long, healthful life. So the focus is on what? Is on the causes, on proper nutrition, on regular exercise, on positive attitudes, in order to have the result that is having a long, healthful life. But when we focus on only effects, we can say a long, healthful life can increase earnings potential, intelligence levels, and an active retirement period. The focus is on what? The focus is on the effects here. If you are having a long, healthful life, the effects is what? The effects, this can increase. Here we have the effects. We have increased earning potential, intelligence levels, and active retirement period. This paragraph will develop earning potential, intelligence levels, and an active retirement period as what? As effects or results of a long, healthful life. So the support sentences will focus on these effects, but here the support sentence will focus on these reasons, these causes. In this activity, I want you to write a paragraph focusing on causes. To practice writing with focus on causes, you can choose one of the following topics. We have divorce, poor job performance, disinterest in politics. 3 topics. You can choose one of these 3 topics and write a paragraph focusing on causes. Following this outline, first you are going to list as many causes of your topic you chose as you can think. Think of the causes and mention them here. This is the first step. The second step, if any of the causes in your list are merely chronological or coincidental, draw a line through them. It means rearrange them chronologically. Put a chronological order of them. Then you are going to move to number 4, that is, write a topic sentence that focuses on causes. Here the paragraph is about focusing on causes. So after choosing the topic, listing your causes, then drawing a chronological order, you can then write your topic sentence which focuses on causes. As we said here, this one focuses on causes. You are going to write a topic sentence that focuses on causes, not effects. Write a sentence for each of the remaining causes in your list. We have here 5 causes, for example. One of the, you are going to you mentioned some of them in your topic sentence. Now you are going to write for each one a sentence, the support sentences for each of these. On a separate sheet of paper, I mean that they are mentioned where? In your topic sentence. Then you are going to write, they are mentioned only as ideas. Then you are going to write a full sentence as a support sentence for each of these ideas. If you remember our outline before when we discussed in our previous lectures. Okay, after writing sentences, you are going now to join them in one paragraph. On a separate sheet of paragraph, rewrite your sentences into a paragraph form. Topic sentence, support sentences, and conclusion. The same you are going to do with focus on effects. Choose one of these topics: drug abuse, dieting, organizational skills. Choose one topic and write a paragraph following the same outline which I mentioned just before for the focus on causes. Now, this will be your homework that will be put on your page. It will be in your electronic page. You are going to choose a topic and to write a paragraph about persuasion. You can use one of these 4 topics. National identification cards will or will not help prevent terrorism. You are going to choose either pro, well, or con, against, when you are writing your persuasion paragraph. Women should or should not be allowed to be combat soldiers in the military services. Number 3, English should or should not be legally designated as the official language of Palestine. And number 4, health insurance should or should not be made available for all citizens of Palestine. Choose one topic and write a paragraph whether you are for or against. Do not write for and against in the same paragraph, you know that. Either you choose for or you choose against. The second paragraph that you are going to write as homework and will be put on your electronic page. Here we have the topic. You are going to write a paragraph about by having a focus on the causes, as we said before. We have here 8 topics. We have drug abuse, the increasing high school dropout rate. You know what a dropout? It means running away from school. Test anxiety, high taxation, divorce, spousal abuse, high unemployment, and this we have high unemployment in Gaza, high prison populations. You can choose one topic and write a paragraph focusing on the causes. And here you can choose a topic to write, but with focus on what? On the effects. Prejudice, pollution, school grading system, high speed limits, tornado, a large corporation leaving a small town. Corporation means a factory or a firm leaving a small town. You can choose a topic and with a focus on the effects. And here we have to come to the end of this chapter. You are going to answer and decide whether the following sentences or statements are they true or false, and if they are false, please check them. Here, this is the end of our course writing 1, and as you know, we have discussed many types of paragraphs, and in your next course, inshallah, next year you are going to have maybe writing 1 course, the course writing 1, writing 2. In course writing 2, you are going to learn how to write an essay, and this essay, of course, is made up of a number of paragraphs, okay, that develop a particular subject. Therefore, an essay can be developed using the same methods demonstrated in the preceding chapters dealing with writing single paragraphs. So the essay, this is which we discussed before. The paragraphs are the basis for writing an essay, okay. The paragraphs, the different types of paragraphs which we discussed are the basis for writing an essay. The essay, what is an essay? It is a group of paragraphs, okay? And these group of paragraphs have, the first paragraph will be an introductory paragraph. The second paragraphs, maybe more than one paragraph, maybe 2, 3, 4, will be the body paragraphs. And the last paragraph in the essay is called the concluding paragraph. Sorry, not introductory. It is the after the introductory paragraph we have the body paragraphs. Yes, it is repeated, but we have also what? The concluding paragraph. It is the last paragraph of your essay. And of course here the paragraphs are developed in the same way that we discussed in our previous lectures. So here there is this one is not introductory, it is conclusion. It is a conclusion here. We start with an introductory paragraph, then we have the body paragraphs, then we have the conclusion in the last paragraph. And it will be developed in the same way as we discussed in our previous paragraphs. Now we come to the end. Thank you for listening. Wish you all the best. Stay safe and healthy, and goodbye for now. We'll meet in our last Zoom session, inshallah. Thank you.